Hi everybody, I'm Doc Shocker, and welcome to Deathstate. In our last episode, we took Scar all the way to the Primal Id and died horribly. Today, I think we'll just get back to the fundamentals and we'll play as little Seeker. Fortress of Koth. It's a good roll of the dice for us right now. Again, with our last episode, depending on how we kind of shake out in our first floor here, we'll see if we're going to desecrate the run. If we're not equipped, at least modestly, it's really not worthwhile because we're just going to get kind of hosed on the remainder of the game if we're not properly equipped to handle the higher difficulty that desecrating the run would give us. Well, here's our golden chest, so that'll be our first step. Fire a bullet out there. Fearful bullets with a damage up, so we'll run with that for the time being. Looks like we've got a considerably better rate of fire with starting Seeker than we did with starting Scar. Movement speed as well. By the end of it, we were, well, it felt like we were kind of swimming in molasses by the end of our previous run with Scar. Figure right now we can afford ourselves to talk a little bit about the last episode. Alright, so the potential for desecration does in fact exist, as we've got a giant chest here. Just want to get this guy taken care of first. And we'll clear the area, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so we've gotten the Royal Blue Cat Eye for 0.25 damage, some Dark Seeking, and I don't know if that was rate of fire or shot or movement speed up. Alright, we've got some good health laying around for us. That's certainly a good thing. So what we'll do is we'll pop this chest here. We'll get our champions to spawn up. Hopefully we can single them out, deal with them piecemeal. Hit them with a entropy bullet or two. Alright, there's our first one down. Get our friendly neighborhood fishman. And then we've got this fellow over here, which on his lonesome shouldn't prove to be too difficult. Doesn't look like he's got anything in the way of special attacks that should tilt us too bad. Alright, couple of tomes. This is these are basically, we found one tome in our last run. So let's see what we have. Right's Greater Tome of the Eye, 2 fireballs. Or Expanded Midnight Anchor. Fire at 2 foes. We'll go with 2 fireballs. I don't think we have... Yeah, we have an ice damage up currently. But fire will probably expand faster than... Ooh, Shriveled Digit. Don't mind if I do. Saint Ethenbray's Hand. Basically operates as a blank from Enter the Gungeon. Or in other words, it's awesome. Alright, that went quick. This is the Star Thing's Egg Cluster, movement speed, magic regen, rate of fire up. That was an unlock from our last run, actually, so good stuff. Good stuff all around. Yep, feel pretty good about that fight. We'll see how I feel about the rest of the run once we go a level deeper. How can we hope to escape this death state? I am still kind of dealing with some throat stuff, which is kind of bothersome, seeing as, you know, my whole shtick is speaking into a microphone about inane topics while playing video games. You know, the classic setup for a Let's Player. Not that I'm saying other Let's Players say inane things. I'm speaking only to myself in that particular regard, but the whole commentary over gameplay is certainly a tested and proven method of Let's Playing a video game. I think our report card so far, damage is feeling nice and chunky. Feeling very spry on our movement speed. It actually feels really, really good. So far, this run is shaping up to be quite the good little loadout. So don't need to be taking a whole lot of damage. So we don't even really need to go down there. There's our golden chest. Hopefully we'll have a champion or likewise named opponent, as we'll have, I believe we'll have a higher likelihood of that. The warp steel crossblade fires plague bullets. Sure. Fear bullets are okay, but there's really no damage attached to fear bullets. It's just a raw status effect. With plague, there is room for growth. You know, going back to our last run, I think we had something in the way of 180% bonus for plague damage. All right, this is a good one here. The Fetal Thing. An all-around damage up. Of 20%. Plus, I think, well, we'll kill this guy and actually have a look at everything that the Fetal Thing does, as it is a pretty good pickup. 2% luck, fire, plague, ice, entropy, all at a 20% bonus. So far, so good. And we'll bump over this way real quick just to make sure we're not missing anything significant. Does not appear to be the case, but there is this little hallway up here, which, I don't know, it could lead us to a dead end, which, you know, we knew the dead end was coming, as these game boards are only so big. But there could have been a chest or something over there. A little gold, little health, anything like that may not be the worst thing in the world for us, so. Alright, so we've got Baron Grek. Not hugely interested in the Great Axe, but possibly one of his other pickups would be okay. Very, very close portal for us. I don't think I've ever seen a portal that close to our entrance. It's very strange. We got over there, nothing special. Alright, so Baron, or the Baron Grek Great Axe is a pretty substantial damage up for us. It's a plus 0.5, but it's burst fire, and not particularly fast in the burst fire. So we spent a good deal of our run with it in our last episode, so we'll abstain this time around. There's our champion. It's just going to be a kind of a twitchy runner type, which is okay. Don't feel like dealing with sugar skulls or shotgun blasts or any of that stuff. We've got the brain of Duke Theris, magic point stuff. Okay. Let's see, what's our book? the Orange Testament. Follower fires plague bullets, so sure, we'll go for that. I think it's technically a wash at this point over the fireballs, because the damage would be roughly the same. But plague seems to be a much more common occurrence. Let's see. So yeah, this is just a really narrow, not very large level by any means. Yeah, that's it, folks. So we'll head down, we'll fight our first boss. It'll either be Sharsa Hall or the Crystal Council. Crystal Council, the glittering ones. I'm okay with that. Shouldn't prove to be too difficult for us. Rate of fire is very good. Our movement speed is fantastic. There's our first one down. There's number 2, number 3, and the Quattro. Now we remember we have the shriveled digits here to get us out of a tight spot. Easy peasy. The Viridian Starchild Eye for rate of fire up, Black Eye, 10%, and Expanded Insight. Not entirely sure what Black Eye is either. Should really consult a wiki or something and, you know, arm myself with knowledge so I don't sound like, you know, as much a buffoon. But then what's the fun in that? We'll buy this eye, the Ruddy Cat Eye, Dark Seeking, and 10% damage increase. We have our champion, going to be a tanky mushroom type. But I think we have him beat in the range game. We put ourselves at a safe distance, making dodging pretty easy. Another eye organ. Clear this out. We'll shoot over here. Grab the golden eye for a 0.25 damage up. We want to go for a second stage desecration. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Certainly worth thinking about, I think. We're not in bad shape. I say this as I fight my second champion of this floor. There's a pretty stellar counter-argument for not desecrating again, as things can get pretty ugly pretty quickly if I were to allow it. Twin Hearts is super good. 1% luck for 2 health. I think that's a pretty good trade-off. We may not be getting as much in the way of drops, but the 2 extra health is going to go quite a long way to improve our run. Still debating that. That's we might be back for that desecration. Because there is at some point in this game where I am going to have to do a triple desecration and beat the game in order to unlock things. Unknown Relic. King in Yellow, Complete Edition. Fire at 6 extra foes. We'll give this a shot. We'll kind of climb in here a little bit. It's non-elemental, which can hurt us. Our damage is 1.65. Ice damage is still the top dog. I still think, I know I'm the fanboy, and I wear the title of Plague Fanboy, which sounds genuinely awful out of context. I love the Plague, man. Wipe out a full third of Europe? Yeah, that's awful. Awfully awesome. Oh, that's terrible. People are gonna probably fry me for that, which I deserve. That's not even a caricature of anything worth being a caricature of. So my apologies for that. Plague is not cool. Plague damage and death state, pretty cool. But as far as, you know, communicable illness, no, not so much. Gonna pass. Oh, hey, how about I just dive into some mushroom hate? So I guess, you know, in my apologia there, Jaya, what the heck? I decided I'm not going to desecrate. Hey, how about you go out of bounds there, Hound of Tindalos? That's pretty swift of you. Slick stuff. Alright, let's fall back here, kill them slimes. Oh, of course, take the hit, because evidently I need to make some sort of recompense here for horrible plague statements. Shoot some zealots, and then wouldn't be surprised if there'd be something sort of groovy hanging out over this way, so maybe we'll head over there once we get these guys sort of dealt with a little bit. That was sort of silly. Beep. Getting a little bullet thick here, so I needed to concentrate for a second. There's our golden chest. We'll pop that, see what that has to offer. The Black Sun Idol. Entropy over time. It does not beat the shrivel digits. It just doesn't. It's maybe I'm overestimating the value of it, but I would say that the shrivel digits seem to be a pretty top tier relic that you can get. At least in terms of, you know, any sort of panic button style use a special ability, which I haven't really had to. I think I burned it once against the Crystal Council, and then I haven't touched it since, but I'd rather keep it in reserve and have it there at the ready than not, I guess. There's our portal. Don't think we've encountered a champion just yet. There he is. Looks like there's two. No, it's just a man about to die. Alright, that was pretty awful. I really should have hit my panic button there. The Cyan Eye for plus 0.1 damage. Or was that 10%? I would rather the 10%, because that'd at least be a 0.2 at this point, I think. Maybe a 1.6. I don't know, we'll check real quick. 1.8 is what our current damage level is, so not bad. We've got Gugs in this level, so we will probably be facing off against the Grey Gug. Actually, one of the more bullet heli bosses, I think. He certainly has the ability to put a lot of rounds out on the screen at one point in time. Let's see, we got our golden chest right off the bat. It's good stuff. Not really sure what it is I'm looking for. the Grey Gug. Looks like it dropped one of the crown relics for us, which not hugely interested in. Alright, it's yellowed fatty spleen. Our movement speed down 10%. That should put us down to about 90? No, yeah, 95, so that kind of stinks. Queen of Ix's crown. Okay, so it'd be a movement speed up, but an active one, and therefore honestly not worth it. Another champion for us to fight up there, or a champion. We'll make sure that dissipates, and then we'll come up here and do that stuff. Hey now. Let's keep it together here. Absolutely no reason for concern whatsoever. Star Thing's Heart, dark damage +1, and max HP up. Dodge out of the way of that, see what we've got hanging out in there. Full container of health worth of pickups, so all in all, good stuff. Handle some of these zealots. Find a little more health, that's good stuff. I think we're quite nearly to our boss. So we'll just bump right along. Before we take hits, looks like it's going to be, Otlash. A Malignant Flesh Beast. I'm okay with that. A far less annoying boss than Dagon, who would be our other choice, or other option. This would be, or Otlash would be the choice. Dagon would be the option. Bet you didn't see that coming, did ya? Alright, so you're about to knock him down into stage 3, or phase 3 I should say. We'll bump that real quick just for safety's sake. Alright, we've got that recharged. Should we need another little bump, but it looks like we're just going to flawless the fool. Get some good dodging on our part. St. Victor's Wisdom Tooth, not really what I was hoping for. But I guess, you know, the game felt bad and gave me the Vestibule of Carcassus as our labyrinth here, which I'm absolutely fine with. Much preferred to the Maze of Ix, for sure. It's kind of a goofy move on my part to actually try and dodge through the charm tier, but thankfully we weren't too terribly punished for it. Bump that real quick. That was a dead end. Alright, hurt our champion. It's a good sign. Just gotta Gotta shoot things until I know which one is gonna still be alive at the end of it. There it is. Alright, not bad. Bileless slime bag. Movement speed up. Rate of fire up. Make some damage. All good things, I'm pretty sure. Maybe there was a luck down or something in there. Make sure our real estate is clear. Before we move into the next section here, let my plague do its wonders. Golden chest, so I'll wait for these fires to dissipate. Bump that. Golden canopic idol? No, that's not the golden canopic idol. What is this? Ah, the 3-gem idol. Explosions. No thanks. Up. Alright, we'll buy your wares. It's better than backtracking across the level to find the health drops. Oh, do not like this corner I've painted myself in, but you went unpunished. Unidentified potions. I guess a testament to the quality of potions in this game. I don't think I've taken a potion in 4 or 5 episodes of the show and have felt no real compulsion to do so. Alright, just shoot you, and then we'll head down to our next lair, and I'm going to drink a little coffee. Hope that it, which is, you know, very defeatist of the nature of coffee being a diuretic, that it's somehow going to lubricate my throat. So that way I inadvertently sound a little more grown up than, say, Screech from Saved by the Bell. Which I shouldn't. I really have no right to make that reference. I think in my childhood, well, you know, that show was a thing. I don't think I ever watched more than like an episode of it, maybe ever. I think one of the girls was addicted to caffeine pills or something, and that was like their big, very special episode of whatever. I don't know if they have those very special episodes anymore. Please join us for a very special episode. The Bloated Threadgut. Rate of fire down, movement speed up. Yes, yes, yes. Good stuff. Oh, that feels good. That's very, very good stuff. But yeah, most TV series in the 80s and 90s liked to do very special episodes where they would address things like teenage pregnancy or drug addiction or drinking and driving, or, you know, the PSA episodes. But I don't think they really do that anymore. I think it's more shows will just get kind of soapboxy on a topic for an episode, and then all's well. They laugh into a freeze frame and then they roll the credits, you know. Could be wrong. I'm really just speaking to hear my own voice, you know. I can sense a timeless hunger, a constant consuming force awakens, drawn to something within me. Is it my power? Is it my soul? Slip into a little Shatner there. Looks like this level has dual mutators of vision increased and vision increased, which is good. I mean, it's basically, I think, an insight bonus for our character. Oh, man. Those charm tears are just the worst. Holy cow. That is just instant mind flood right there. Cost me half of my health for like 2 seconds of just getting hit with one bullet and then running into 5 more. Now here we are having to kind of battle back to full health when we've been doing pretty good so far throughout this run and keeping ourselves in a decent health position, but it really is just kind of the way of things. Alright, we have a shop and chest, and we'll open the chest, and it's got health in it, which is actually a pretty good get, because I'm fairly satisfied with the loadout that we have. I actually wouldn't mind finding probably Toxic Spore. Oh, quit with the charm tears. Stop with the charm tears, my goodness. Those things are just going to be the end of everything for me. Looks like we've got the named Darkseer Rosary. Yeah, Darkseeker Rosary. And we got, what is this? Unknown Relic. The Optic Staff emits lasers, increase power. Actually, I want to look at that again. Alright. Emits lasers, increases power the longer they fire. That's actually pretty interesting. We might ride with that just to see what it's all about. Our flavor text. An eye of an observer is inset in the head of this staff. Mighty rays of piercing light lance out of this terrifying eye. Alright. We'll see how that works for us. If it's going to be kind of a cumulative damage over time, then that's going to be kind of sweet for us. Oh yeah, I see. Watch the laser get fatter the longer it fires. I guess it pays to kind of be a little more aggressive with this weapon. Ooh, I see your charm bullet, and I'm not falling for it. Oh, this is going to be an annoying boss. I can tell already. Come on. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. The butterfly lung, rate of fire, and speed up. So we're getting nice and Goku-y here in our speed stat. There's our portal, which I think might just go for here. I don't see really any tangible reason to dawdle other than to wait for that charm tier to go to hell. These skulls are truly mysterious. Whose skulls are these? They're all the skulls, man. Yours and mine and everybody else. Oh, first furnace already. Oh, and it's a sale! And health is less common. There we go. Yeah, get in there. Get in there. Do the damage. Look at that laser. Pretty good boss slayer from the looks of it. Ooh. 2 relics. The slimy skull, rate of fire increase, and ice damage increase. the Modron core for another 10% damage up. Brings us to a total of 2.99. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So we're moving into the Lost Arcanum. A good 3 damage stat would be super, super good for us. Particularly with this laser we've got going on for us. With Plague as backup. Bump right out here. Oh, are you serious? Alright, just be gone, bullets. Just don't need that trolling, I don't think. Let's see, I think we had, it's a full butt of health, so we'll hold, or keep that on the ground for right now, until such a time we may need a full bit of health. Still on the hunt for golden chests, still on the hunt for champions and named opponents. Let's not pop down in there just yet. Actually obliterate those tiers. Damage is still feeling pretty good. Our speed is fantastic. I mean, that is good stuff. Feeling very, very good about our speed stat right now. Still like to find our champion. Here's a golden chest for us. Let's see, the ruby crossblade. Yeah. Let's see, it'd be fire damage, so it might be a boon for us. But come on, these lasers though. I mean, yeah. And what did he drop? Ice pierced heart. Fire a chill round every 7th bullet, which, given I think we have a pretty good rate of fire currently, that's going to be doing good things for us. Looks like he got resurrected, so I don't think we'll be getting an additional payout there. So we're going to swing back in this direction and grab up that 1 butt of health we left on the ground here, since we took a couple of hits, and we'll start making our way towards the portal on out of here. Hey, that was a pleasant surprise. Okay, down we go. Gold, maybe we'll find ourselves a good merchant, maybe selling some eyes or something like that. This has been pretty common. We've actually been seeing a lot of merchants recently who've been selling organs, which is pretty rad. I don't know if that's maybe something I unlocked inadvertently. But I like it. Probably didn't need to pop that right there, but I don't think there's any harm in it. Our mutator is magic recovery, so we can sort of bully our way into a room for the sake of doing more damage. I'll take it. Let's watch our laser get just ridiculous. There's Toxic Spore. Bustling with life. Not entirely sure what that achievement did for us. I know Toxic Spore probably went a long way to, yeah, 150% bonus on a 1.57 damage stat. So, feeling pretty good about our dispensing with damage currently. Grab that, we've got some health there. I think once we make a little notch for ourselves, a niche, if you will, we'll bump down to the next floor. So I think we're in a good spot, so I kind of want to expedite us getting into the fight with the Primal Id, if at all possible. Not because we can't improve, but more so that I don't think we need to really bloodhound out more upgrades for ourselves to stand a chance. So basically the idea here is we're just going to find our exit portal really quick, and I might do a quick survey, hopefully find our champion for that one last upgrade that we have available to us possibly, and then pretty much go do our thing. Because while we're not sitting in the hugest health pool that we've ever had, I think this should do the job with our speed stat being as good as it is, our damage being very, very good, with only room to grow as we lay in continued hits on the Primal Id. I think we shouldn't have much trouble with our final boss here. Let's just give ourselves a little breathing room. That was awful. Should have never took that hit. But luckily, we were able to recover it fairly quickly. Alright, so there's our portal. So we'll try and get all these fools kind of dealt with quickly. Hopefully. So we can find a champion for ourselves. Alright. What is up with these guys? There we go. Still no champion yet. There's a golden chest that might have some health in it, which I think will do okay for us. Oh, Lamarck configuration. Not super into that. I think Shriveled Digit is going to be kind of where it's at for us. I The bullet was traveling so slow, I didn't see it. Chest for ourselves. Yeah, I'm getting some tunnel blindness going on here or something. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna end up in a very similar situation to our last run where I went in under health and probably gonna get murdered for no other reason than my own stupidity. Case in point, how about I walk into bullets? Still no champion, so yeah, I was gonna say it's about that time where we make our way out of here before our run ends prematurely, needlessly. So maybe kill these guys in hopes of perhaps getting a health drop real quick. I don't like going in there with only 2.5 hearts, but I did it to myself. Well, I've got a half heart for our trouble. Still wouldn't call that great. But all told, we shouldn't have too much trouble, but I might get, you know, tilted again here on this particular phase of the fight, a la last time around. Just let me find my crease here. I'm gonna die in pretty much the same spot as before, even. Yep. Son of a gun. I should have just went and fought, because I'd have owned him. Petitioners of the Crucible have finished tallying your accomplishments. Your score is 7,928. I have unlocked the Embalmer. Alright, so we'll have a new character possibly for our next go-around. As long as it's not a... I don't know if it's an aspect. Nope, it is not. So here he is. Holy cow. Wow. My goodness. He's a slow one. Let's actually have a look at his stats real quick. Yeah, his rate of fire is 40 at a 1 damage. His movement speed is atrocious at 75. Yeah, that'll make for a very fun next episode. But that is enough for today's episode of Deathstate. If you've liked the video, please be sure to press the like button down below. If you have any comments, questions, or critiques for me, you can leave those in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, this has been Deathstate. I'm Doc Shocker. You've been great. Happy gaming.